kinda. It's
Alright,
so
here we go.
Is that Wheeljack is being trained
The last
by both
one.
Ratchet and Q because Q is gonna retire. He's getting out
This
of
is the
fight
last
because he's
one.
getting too old.
And this is the last of the entire
and so
series.
he's gonna leave his knowledge
This box right here,
with Wheeljack for
plus
when he
everyone
goes out
here,
into the field. Q remains in the Autobot headquarters.
is the finale.
For most of the story,
What's up,
so
YouTube?
he can
One
function
and all, my
like
name's
his
Favorite
namesake.
1987.
You know, he gives your
And today we are looking at the part 18 of Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon,
until the Dreads show up at the Autobot
Weapons
base
Set
when the rest
04.
of the bots are out on missions. Because Megatron sends the
Honestly, I
Dreads to
figured
sniff out the base.
go out with a
And so
bang
there's a
by,
really tense sequence where
oh,
the
I
Dreads
don't
have
know,
Q hostage.
having
Prime
everyone in the
shows up,
background.
and he talks the Dreads down, and he says, you know, the last thing I want to do is hurt you. But if Wheeljack, you know, if Q is injured, do not doubt the lengths I will go to avenge you.
Be like, oh, okay, I understand now, and just proceeds to kill him.
Well, you know, the Dreads kind of look at each other and they chatter at each other in the Decepticon dialect of Cybertronian, which is going to be a really cool sound. Because the Decepticon dialect for Cybertronian and Reliquary is based off of how the automatons talk in Helldivers.
Yes, I love that. So, yeah, we got the DFGA-08 Hubin, gatling gun, DFET-09 Tai Yang Xiao, which is the bullshit thrower, BMLT-1P 20MLT-04,
Sounds pretty cool.
BMLT-2 P17 SPL-16 split missile. Yeah, I think Weapon Set 3 is by some of my favorite. This is second favorite because of this right here. But this is also fun. So yeah, let's get started.
Sentinel Prime in Reliquary, by the way. Please tell me he's evil. He's dead. Okay, thank God. The reason he's dead is he attempted to do what he did in TF1. He attempted to usurp the 13. Here's the problem. He didn't have the Quintessons on his side this time. It was a small group of followers. And when you've got street-level thugs and one guy who can talk, you know, who's got a, silver tongue, versus 13 Cybertronian demigods, it doesn't work so well.
So you're gonna use so you're just gonna need a Sentinel figure only to just kill him off, basically.
I'll just look up images of the Studio Series TF1 Sentinel, and I'll have that for the flashbacks.
Unless
has a mushroom peg around his waist and body.
oh my god, this is actually rubber. Nice. You want to just go.
What happens to Sentinel? What happens to Sentinel in Reliquary is a little more violent than, maybe equally as, depending on how you look at it. Once Sentinel is injured enough that he can't fight back, Megatronus steps up, pins him to the ground by impaling him into the ground with his staff, and he leans down, and he grabs him by the face, and he just pushes down, and then off screen, we get the big sound prompt text that is just a big crunch. So he pins him to the ground, grabs him by the face, and crushes his head like a melon. Why am I thinking he would get cat?
Okay, that is slightly a little bit more morbid. Slightly a little bit more morbid than TF1. But to be honest, I think I prefer the way that he went out in Transformers 1 because it's just in that moment as well, because it's also Megatron's rise, so it just kind of adds to that. Because, like, it's not just a kill, but it's also, like, how it's, like, done in that moment. So that's why, for me, I do like the death. I'm not gonna lie. I really do like the death. It's just TF1 has it slightly a little better.
Well, it's because it was a way more poignant moment. Sentinel in Reliquary... Well, Sentinel in Reliquary was... He's kind of meant as a way to say that, there will be leaders that rise and fall. There will be leaders that are good or evil. And Sentinel was a failed false king. You know, he tried to be better than the 13, and learned very quickly that he didn't know Prime. Anyway, Nexus is a combiner for Hardware. Depends on if the age of the Prime Nexus is a combiner.
Oh my days, please do. Cause wait, didn't they reveal that Nexus is gonna be a Voyager?
Yeah, but like, how is that gonna work though?
It's kind of like
it's
kind of like Garnet in Steven Universe. You know that theoretically, Nexus could separate, but they don't.
10,
all
11.
the different components don't want
10,
to.
11, 12.
Because they've formed a new identity as Nexus Prime. So that's what Nexus is.
Honestly, I think the figure that people might like the most when it comes to Transformers is Amalgamus, because like, what is he gonna transform into? That's gonna be probably the most mysterious of the primes, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Liege Maximo, I'm hoping, is at least
Sonic collapse?
what?
No, Onyx.
Oh, Onyx. Oh, I know. Definitely, Fire wants him. That's for sure. That is for sure. Fire definitely has his eyes.
I'm stoked to get him, and he's also going to be a really interesting character because the primes that have died when the dynasty fell, we'll list those off as I determine, which of the 13 I'm going to keep alive. And again, Solus does end up meeting her sort of end in a fight with Megatronus when he initially snaps. But again, Megatronus comes back around, and the remaining primes perform a ritual to resurrect the other primes. Now, this ritual doesn't work for other Cybertronians. It's because of the divinity that the 13 hold that they're capable of doing this.
Because they're
yeah. So like if like Mirage were to be killed, the primes couldn't do a ritual to resurrect him because Mirage isn't a prime. And that's because the 13 share basically the same life force due to how and when they were created. And so Onyx, after the Prime Dynasty falls and a few of them have died, Onyx takes off into the mechanical jungles of Cybertron, and he kind of just hangs out there on his own. He doesn't interact with anybody. Not like Alchemist, who, by the way, yes, he does become a bartender, and this is so long after the falling of the dynasty. Nobody knows that he's Alchemist Prime. So he will take on a different name. I don't know if it's going to be MacAdam or not. I don't know. But he does take on a different alias, so he can just spend his time getting to meet people.
Yeah, but I think MacAdam would work really well.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, it might be. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And what'll really change whether or not he's going to be called MacAdam or not is if I can get Few on board as Alchemist Prime. Because that's the goal. I'd really love to have Few as Alchemist.
Okay, that looks fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
His personality before and after the destruction of the dynasty is going to be really funny because before he's almost like a sage, because he's got these lenses in his optics that allow him to see the visible and invisible cycles of the universe. So he's always kind of, spaced out. He's observing the universe. But now that he's in a smaller, scale environment as a bartender, he doesn't really need to do that. So he's actually got time to get to know people.
Right.
Alchemist looks into the glasses and he's like, "Ooh, stars, pretty." It's basically
one reason that I think could be really funny for Alchemist to still use his lenses is that he's able to figure out the best drink combinations on Cybertron.
Bruh.
Nobody understands how he does it. He just says takes a keen eye. He's got a really good eye for detail. So I think that could be really fun.
Shiny object now, like perfectly for my drink.
And of course, Alchemist would be, be the perfect guy to do that because again, if you can see the cycles of the universe, you can probably make a pretty good drink.
I would make an abomination and then probably make it to where it explodes.
That'd be for the ones that are causing trouble in the bar.
You're like, you sir, you.
Wait, hold on. Like explode within, like after they drink, or like explode right before they drink.
No, after.
Oh.
I'll leave the bar first.
No, I do it.
It tastes normal to anyone who drinks it who's causing trouble. Then as soon as they leave a certain area in the bar, they go out with a bang.
My circuitry kind of hurts. I think I'm gonna go home. They leave the bar, all of a sudden you just hear.
Yeah, or I'm not sure if they can, but explosive diarrhea.
Or they just explode. It's explosive, all right. They just blow up, and Alchemist goes back to wiping down the bar.
Literally just.
Yeah, it's like my circuitry. I'm going home. I need to power down and sleep this off. They leave, door shuts. Alchemist goes right back to wiping down the bar. Told him he shouldn't have said that.
Why does this remind me of like the exploding pies from the one SpongeBob episode?
Or in the episode where the Krabby Patty will explode after they leave a certain limit of the building. And then
That's kind of how that works, yeah.
One day those patties are going to kill you.
Yeah, it would work kind of like that. Once they leave a certain, proximity from the bar, once it won't destroy any of the bar, then that would work quickly.
Is Mom still up? Really?
Did Alchemist making synthetic energon shots?
Introducing Energon wine.
Introducing the Cybertronian version of Gamer Subs.
One other fact about Transformers 1.
Yeah, sure, why not?
This one is actually canon because what color is pretty much Energon in Transformers 1?
Blue.
Yeah?
Yeah, and what color is Dark Energon?
Purple?
Depends on the continuity. Prime is purple.
Okay, so what color were the cogs and that everyone got in Transformers 1?
Are you... I know where you're going with this, and to be honest, I don't believe you. I don't believe that was...
Because the cogs were different colors.
Well, still, they were pretty much blue. And what color was Megatronus's cogs?
Madi,
welcome back.
Yeah, I don't believe this theory at all. Moon. Hey, Maddie, how are you doing?
We were continuing talking about Reliquary and how Alchemist Prime does end up becoming a bartender.
I love that.
Yes, the study proves fracture. This explosive energon will be the best hit. Literally just explodes the test subject.
Well, okay, so the reason... Okay, and, I'll go back over this so all of you guys who have already heard this. So once the Dynasty of the Primes falls, this is tens of thousands, if not millions of years before
two of them.
we know even came into existence. So
We got two of
Alchemist
them.
sets up a bar, and he just decides to
There's
live his
no
life
way.
as a
There's
bartender.
no way we got two
We
of them
were
as
all
well.
just talking about the fact that it'd be really funny that since Alchemist can see the workings of the universe through those lenses and his optics,
1, 2.
it would be really funny if he were just really, really good at making drinks. And if somebody's causing, damage to the bar, causing fights and stuff like that. He's like, hey, let's not get violent. You come here. I'm gonna give you a drink. Let's just calm down. Gives him a drink. All of a sudden, oh, my circuitry's on fire. I gotta go home and power down, sleep this off. They leave. Bar door closes. You hear a muffled explosion outside. Alchemist goes right back to wiping down the bar. Shouldn't have started that fight. You know?
You stupid thing.
Trying to avoid fights, not fighting.
Well, yeah, it makes his bar look bad.
Oh my god, speaking of bars, you reminded me of the time I saw Megan Fox at a bar in Miami.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, no, you gotta. That's actually.
Listen, she's just as beautiful in person. I'll just tell you that. She knocked my damn socks off. She knocked my damn socks off, and I'm a female.
Yeah,
Bruh.
that's great and all, except she's a terrible person.
Unfortunately. So, yeah, apparently she eats babies. So,
Wait, what?
I don't know, Shia LaBeouf made a joke about her eating babies.
Oh.
So, I was at a bar in Miami Beach, and I wasn't old enough to drink, but her and, I saw MGK too, they rented out, completely the other side of the bar.
Yeah.
And a table there, so I saw them from a distance, and my aunt took a photo of them. I have the photo, it's on my older phone. I'm too lazy to pull it up right now, but my aunt has it, so I'll probably just ask her if I remember. But yeah, it was, she was just as beautiful, like, in real life as on screen. I was stunned. And
Except for her
compared to MGK, she looked freaking tiny compared to him, and I can't stand MGK. I didn't care about him. I cared about seeing her.
Yeah, that's wild. I've gotten to talk to, like, regarding Transformers, like, famous people. I've gotten to talk a few times with Daniel Ross, who voiced Starscream in the 07 movie game. He's also Lucky the Leprechaun from Lucky Charms. He's Grimace for McDonald's. He was Donald Duck for a while. And he's a really, really funny guy. And then I've gotten to talk to Steve Blum a couple times. He is super down to earth. He's everything you want him to be. I mean, both him and Daniel Ross are everything you could possibly want them to be. They're down to earth. They're super nice. They're grateful for the fans.
Rachel's able to take notes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
OD9.
2025. I am going to meet Peter Cullen and Frank Welker. That is a thing that is going to happen. I don't care what I have to sell, what I have to do. It's gonna happen.
Well, if you're at TFCon, I could probably pay you stuff to ship over, you know.
One of my lifelong dreams was to meet Carrie Fisher, and I never did. And
Carrie Fisher.
for my 17th, oh my god, when I found out she died, I was 12 years old, and I remember I locked myself in the bathroom, and I cried for 4 hours straight.
It was a sad.
I cried. I cried so hard. Those were one of the moments in which I cried the hardest in my life over someone that I never met. I grew up on Star Wars, and I don't know. I think it's also because Carrie Fisher looks a bit like my mom, so when I was younger, I just kind of associated her with someone that I was related to.
Well, it's because Carrie Fisher is Space Mom.
She is Space Mom. She's so down to earth. She's witty. She's intelligent. She's funny. And I'm talking about her like in present tense. I still refuse to believe that she's not here with us. God bless her, really. She's been through so much. But when I was, as soon as I turned 17, I remember that my dad, he had this small bag for me. And I don't care about gifts, but this one was just, oh my god. Oh my god. Remembering it was surreal. I cried. I have an autographed photo with the certificate as well, signed by Carrie Fisher. And I asked my dad, I was like, how did you get this? He was like, you don't know.
Oh.
I'll show you right now.
I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna react physically when I see Peter and Frank like in person, but I know what I'm gonna tell both of them. I already have that figured out.
Sobbing.
Yeah, I don't doubt I'll get emotional. I don't doubt that at all. But I'm not gonna ask them to do any voices. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do any of that. What I want to do is I just want to thank them both for the work they've put in, not just for Transformers, but as voice actors in general. And that none of us would be, the people we are without their work.
Man, just looking at that autograph photo is making me tear up. I love her, bro.
What
But
got
yeah,
me?
if I get the chance to see Peter Cullen or Frank Welker, I will most definitely start crying my eyes out.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I might. But man, one of the recent ones that hit me hard was Tony Todd, and then I saw the new Final Destination, and his whole last scene in the movie was basically a goodbye, which made it even worse.
Wait, can you not do any spoilers for New Final Destination? I haven't seen it yet.
That's why I've been as vague as I have. That's all I'll say about it.
And in the back of that photo that I just sent in VC chat, there is something here that says as follows. Elizabeth J. Spidell, P.O. Box 221, Mount Clemens, Michigan. I guess
This whole video was just part one of this.
Named Elizabeth got this shit sign. I don't know. Sorry. Thank you. Dear Elizabeth, thank you for your letter clarifying your request for autographed photos of Carrie Fisher. I am pleased to enclose autographed photos personally signed by Carrie Fisher for your charity or cause, in parentheses, and I thank you. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is her freaking P.O. Box assistant. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, this is the girl. This is the woman that manages her P.O. Box.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a. Oh my god, this is from 2000. 2000. But yeah, I've taken this thing out before. It is very much Sharpie. It kind of smells like it.
I'm back.
Hello.
I tear up sometimes when I look at this photo for too long because I love her to bits.
And
I can only hope that I get to have a career like Peter and Frank.
Shit.
And, I hope that people feel the same way about my work that we do about Carrie Fisher. And I've had
I guess it's not like the Zimmermans. We don't get two of them.
This and that. And I'm like, it does. It feeds your soul as an artist, but also as a person, And so I can't imagine just how happy our heroes are,
Damn it! I don't want to break this. I don't want to break this. I don't want to break this. I don't want to break this.
My dream is to be able to be, in the industry long enough for somebody to come up to me and say, "Hey, you voiced my childhood." And not even for selfish reasons. To know that you've kept somebody afloat just by talking into a microphone. It's an absolutely incredible thing, and I'd love to be able to do that for people.
I mean,
that's
after that thing that happened with that child, Landon.
Yeah.
I might not be some kind of big high and mighty person. Well, Frankie's no high and mighty person either. He's just a man.
He's so humble. We love Frankie.
Very humble. He's very humble. But I don't know. I was holding the camera. I was standing there just expecting the film there. personal moment, but as soon as he turned to me with that face of his and just hugged me too, I was like, oh my god, he recognized me.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
it
this is what I mean.
built in a part of my heart that I didn't know was just so empty.
And this is what I mean when I tell Frankie, and I'm going to tell you, that while you guys may see yourselves as just, just people, that's not the case for the rest of us,
I'm just some midget from Miami.
See, and again, you're way more than that to those of us who have, grown up alongside you, watching your YouTube channels grow. And, I tell Frankie every opportunity I can get that he's the reason that quite a few people got into Transformers. And, I'm more familiar with his channel than I am with yours, but I have watched your channel quite a bit.
I just sing. I just sing as a hobby. It's nothing crazy.
Well, the thing is, right, like, I've been subscribed to Frankie's channel since before he hit 1,000. And, to see where he's gone, to see what he's done in the past few years is, I almost feel like a proud dad. I'm so proud to see where he's ended up. And,
confusing, I swear.
And I think it's important that people who are up and coming know that,
Bro, it's literally just the same thing.
It's like
he's such a kind person. Like the way in which y'all see him on camera, that's the same guy off camera. Can confirm.
Well, I mean,
It's literally the same thing. Like, what are we doing here?
The same exact guy.
Yes, 100%.
You know what?
Hold on, I'm gonna open that chat.
He's so kind that sometimes it could be his vice.
Let's go back.
Yeah. So I remember when I sent him the message asking him if he wanted to voice Prima. I didn't think that he would, say if he had the time or not and stuff like that. And let's see here. Okay, so I said I'm working on a motion comic which won't be out for a while, but I wanted to ask if you'd like to voice Prima. He said, "Oh, for real? Dude, I would love to." He goes, "Thank you so much for even thinking of me when deciding." That hit me square in the freaking soul. Right in the solar plexus of my soul. I was like, oh, what do you mean? And I explained that, I said, oh, dude, I am so excited to get this underway. I said, you forged a big part of what kept me into Transformers, so this is a major, major honor. And I said, again, you have no idea how big of an impact
this is just part 1.
Like you have on the community. Everyone in your server feels the same way. Almost every time you leave the Hangout VC, we're always talking about how you got some of us into Transformers, how you kept us all into it, and how much you mean to us all. And he goes,
and I'm always talking shit. I'm sorry.
He goes, dude, that means so much. He goes, the pure joy and happiness makes all of this worth it so much. Goes, again, I wouldn't be in this position without any of you guys, truly. Thank you again for this opportunity. And then we got on to different topics. But I can absolutely second what you're saying, Maddie. He is exactly the person
this is
he is.
Definitely not the same. This is take apart.
Albeit a bit ditzy, but, I'm sorry. The closer you are to me, the more
Alright, so we're going to end that one right there.
And do you have the
Thank you all for watching. We'll be doing part 19.
I do. In fact,
so if you enjoyed this video, consider creating notifications to be updated on updates and videos. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, let the Last Cinders Burn.